started writing on a few days ago. I awoke slowly, at first confused at the position I was in. Had I fallen asleep on my armchair again? Why was a massive headache looming behind my eyes? Then I realized I couldn't move my hands because they were tied behind me. The events right before I lost consciousness came rushing back. I seemed to be in some kind of large, empty warehouse. Across from me sat a man in the only other chair in the entire room. They were rickety old things, probably pulled from some dank basement somewhere in the warehouse. I couldn't yet make out the features of the mastermind who had ensnared me in his trap, as his head of gray hair was lowered towards the book I had sold to Spartan Warrior 69. Beside the reading man stood the guy I assumed had been a homeless person, now wearing a casual suit and tie. I remember now the feel of the needle entering my neck from behind, within seconds of inducing sleep. I also became aware of two other men standing close behind me, surely the muscle intending to keep me in check, or beat me if I gave them a hard time. Who were they? Surely not the Federal Bureau of the Between. Otherwise I'd be in a corporate government office, chained to a table and prodded with questions. Or dead. A bullet to the head was how the government dealt with fools like me. Apologize for the aggressive theatrics, spoke up the reading man, finally closing the book. I think you'd agree that this was one of the only ways he would have talked to me. Seeing his face fully for the first time, I recognized him as the author of the book he was holding, and the dread I had already been feeling was multiplied by more dread. Who the hell are you? I asked, instead of spitting out a string of vile expletives that my whole body wanted to. Oh, come on now, let's not play games, Mr. In-Between, said the author, Maxler Channing. I could have my men here beat you until you started being honest with me, but I think all the threat you need is that I'll give you up to the feds. What do you want? I asked, resigned. I want to know how you got your hands on a book that I haven't even written yet, said Maxler. Well, you might as well shoot me now because I'm not giving up secrets of the trade. Maxler got up from his chair, scraping it a little across the dusty concrete floor of the warehouse. It was a large, grating noise that set my teeth on edge. The author came to stand before me. The book he hasn't written yet in his trembling hands. And I want to know why this particular draft of the book is the one I had planned before my wife died. Shit, here it comes. The big ask I couldn't hope to give him. I've heard of you people, crossing between parallel universes. Most still think it's a conspiracy, a legend or whatever, but this could have only been written by a version of me who still had her. Mr. Channing, even with all the money in the world, I can't. 2 million. You'll take me to her. I want to see my Charlotte. You'll never have to see me again.